Good morning everyone. Last class we discussed about the types of computers on the basis of working principle, size and the number of users supported at a time. Today we are going to study in detail about the computer languages. So computer languages. Computer cannot understand any instructions given by the user in English or any other language. It only understands the instructions given by the user in the computer languages only. So there are mainly two types of computer language. First one is low level language and high level language. First one, low level languages. Low level languages are the instructions in the machine code. Since the computer doesn't understand the instructions in English or any other languages, it is important the machine code translate each and every instruction in the common language to computer language. The low-level languages are easily understandable by the machine. The main function of low-level language is to interact with the hardware of the system and helps in operating, syncing and managing all the hardware components and other operations in the computer system. So there are two types of low-level languages also. First one is machine language and second one is assembly language. First one, machine language. This is the most basic low-level computer language. This was the first generation computer language developed to interact with the computers, and it is consists of some numeric codes. These codes are strings of zeros and ones. Machine languages are difficult to read and write by the humans. So second type of low-level language is assembly language. This is the second generation computer language. It is a development of machine language where instead of using numbers only, it uses some English letters and symbols also. It uses some short mnemonic codes also for instructions. It is the most basic computer language required for any processor. So now second type of computer language, high level language. These languages include the programming language like Pascal, C++, COBOL, Java, etc. High level languages are machine independent. That is, programs can be written for not only for one computer but also for the whole systems. Every instructions in high level language is converted into the machine language using a translator. So hope you have understood about the types of computer language. Now let us look at some examples of computer languages. First one is Fortran. It is the oldest high level programming language designed in 1950s for IBM supercomputers. It was popular for its scientific application because it uses extensive mathematical applications. Second one is COBOL. COBOL stands for Common Business Oriented Language. It was developed in between 1950s and 1960s. It is the second oldest high-level programming language and most popularly used for business applications. Third one is Pascal. Pascal is a high-level programming language developed by Nicolas World in 1960s. It was named after the French mathematician Blaise Pascal. It was popular as a teaching language since it uses structured programming techniques. Next one is BASIC. It is a beginner programming language developed in 1964, developed by John G. Kemeny and Thomas E. Kurtz. QBASIC is an extension of the BASIC programming language. These programs are written in IDE and computer's memory and executed after compilation. This is known as program mode. Next one is SQL or structured query language. It is a computer language that stores, manipulates and queries data stored in database. It was developed in 1974. And the next type of language is C++. C++ is an object-oriented programming language. It was developed by Johnny Strausdorf in AT&T Bell Laboratories. Earlier, C++ was called with the C language. Because of the increment feature, later it was called as C++. In order to work in C++, you need to install a compiler like Turbo C++ or Borland C++, etc. And the next language is Python. Python is a general-purpose, user-friendly and interactive programming language. It was developed by Guido van Rossum in 1980s. It is processed at runtime by the interpreter. Python syntax is clear, intuitive and uses English language. Next one is Java. Java is a high-level programming language. It was initiated by James Gosling and released in 1995. It runs on a variety of platforms like Windows, Mac, Linux, etc. So students, these are some of the examples of high-level programming languages used in the recent times. So hope you have understood about these languages. We have finished with our first chapter. So if you have any doubts, please feel free to clarify to me. So I will give the notes in the group. Have a pleasant day. Thank you.